Have you ever stood outside during a storm and felt the wind pushing against your body so hard that it almost felt alive? Not rain, not thunder, just the wind, invisible, yet powerful enough to destroy cities, sink ships, tear apart homes, and change history forever.
Before we dive in, if this is your first time watching Factor X Plus, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because the mysteries of our world are far deeper than most people realize. For thousands of years, humans feared the wind. Ancient civilizations believed it carried spirits, warnings, and even messages from the gods. Sailors once refused to travel when strange winds appeared suddenly over the ocean. Some believed certain winds were cursed, and anyone caught inside them would never return alive. But what exactly is wind? How can something we cannot see become powerful enough to wipe out entire towns within minutes? And why do some winds appear so suddenly, almost like nature is hiding a dark secret? Tonight, we uncover the mystery behind the wind and the terrifying disasters it has caused around the world. Because sometimes the deadliest force on Earth is completely invisible. Most people think wind is harmless, just moving air. But scientists say wind is one of the most powerful natural forces on the planet. A small change in temperature or pressure in the atmosphere can create air movements strong enough to become hurricanes, cyclones, and tornadoes. And once the wind gains enough energy, stopping it becomes impossible. In 2005, the world watched in horror as Hurricane Katrina struck the United States. The winds became so violent that buildings collapsed, roads disappeared underwater, and entire neighborhoods were destroyed. Thousands of people lost their homes, and many never recovered from the disaster. But Katrina was not the only terrifying example. In the Philippines, Typhoon Haiyan shocked the world with winds so powerful they ripped houses from the ground like pieces of paper. Survivors described hearing a sound like a giant screaming through the sky before everything around them vanished. Imagine hearing the wind outside your house and realizing seconds later that your entire world is about to disappear. That is the true terror of wind. You cannot fight it. You cannot hold it back. And sometimes you do not even see it coming. One of the deadliest wind disasters in history happened in Bangladesh in 1970. A massive cyclone formed over the sea and moved toward the coast with unstoppable force. The winds pushed giant waves onto land, flooding entire villages during the night while people slept. By morning, hundreds of thousands of people were gone. Some survivors said the wind sounded unnatural, almost like hundreds of voices crying together in the darkness. Even today, many people who experienced the disaster still refuse to speak about what they heard that night. Then there are tornadoes. Unlike hurricanes, tornadoes can appear suddenly with little warning. One moment the sky is calm, the next moment a spinning wall of destruction is tearing through homes and streets. In 2013, a massive tornado struck Moore, Oklahoma, in the United States. Cars were thrown through the air, schools were destroyed, entire buildings disappeared within minutes. And the strangest part, some survivors reported an eerie silence just before the tornado arrived, almost as if the world itself stopped breathing. Even with modern technology, scientists still struggle to fully predict the behavior of wind. Why do some storms suddenly become stronger without warning? Why do certain winds create strange sounds people describe as whispers, screams, or voices? And why do some places on Earth experience deadly wind patterns again and again? There are also mysterious winds that locals around the world have feared for centuries. In parts of Africa and Asia, villagers speak about ghost winds that appear suddenly before disasters. Some say animals become restless before these winds arrive. Others claim the air feels heavy, almost unnatural. Scientists may explain these events using pressure systems and atmospheric science, but many people still believe there is something deeper hidden within the wind itself, something ancient, something we still do not fully understand. The wind gives life to our planet. It moves the clouds, cools the oceans, and carries rain across the earth. But at the same time, it can become one of nature's deadliest weapons. Invisible, silent, unstoppable. And perhaps the scariest part of all is that humanity still cannot completely control or predict it. So the next time you hear strong winds outside your window late at night, take a moment and listen carefully, because somewhere in the darkness, nature may be reminding us that despite all our technology, there are still mysteries on Earth far beyond human understanding. But here's the question no one can truly answer. What really happens inside the heart of a storm, where the wind becomes powerful enough to erase entire cities? And could there still be secrets hidden in the wind that humanity has never discovered?